Goodbye, NinBuzz. For those of you who do not know me, I am 6ftHax, and today I bring you a narrated 5th gen Wi-Fi battle. So if you guys do enjoy it, my channel link is going to be down in the description. So please make sure to come check me out, and if you want to see more content, feel free to subscribe. Anyways, looking at my opponent's team, there's not really anything I see to be too threatening outside of the Yamega, just because if I lose both my Pharaoh Seed and my Bronzong, he's going to be able to just sweep through my whole team. So I'm definitely going to have to watch out for that and get up my Stealth Rocks. But seeing that he doesn't have any form of grass move, what I'm going to do is actually lead off with my Swampert, and he's actually going to be leading off with the Registeel, which tells me he more than likely is just going to go for the Stealth Rocks, which means I can freely go for the Earthquake and get off a heavy hit on this Registeel, being able to easily 2-hit KO it, as he's going to freely get up rocks, which is a bit unfortunate just because Stealth Rocks are going to be a bit annoying, seeing as I do not have a Rapid Spinner on this team. So the following turn, seeing as his second Earthquake was pretty obvious, what I'm going to do is actually switch up my moves and go for the Waterfall, predicting him to bring in the Flygon, which is exactly what he does. So now I should be able to take any hit from him and in return finish him off with the Waterfall, which is just great because Flygon, seeing as most of them nowadays do tend to be Scarfed, would have been able to outspeed my entire team. So getting rid of that is definitely very beneficial to me. As his turn, he's going to bring the #1 threat in, which is the Yamega, and here's where I realized that some Yamegas actually do tend to carry Giga Drain. So fearing the Giga Drain, I decided to hard switch out into my Bronzong, but he actually ends up going for the Protect, possibly thinking I will leave in my Swampert just for Death Fodder. That way, once he finished me off the following turn, being at +2 speed, he is able to outspeed my entire team. So switching out into my Bronzong was definitely a good thing because Yamega really can't do anything to Bronzong. So I'm going to be able to get up my Stealth Rocks for free, as he is going to be forced to switch out into the Registeel. And now, knowing that he's not going to go for the Earthquake or the Shadow Claw, and more than likely just go for the Seismic Toss, I am going to bring in my Pharaoh Seed. Thanks to the Iron Barbs, I'm going to be able to get off a bit of damage on this Registeel, and I believe Iron Barb does around 12 to 14% of a Pokemon's HP or something around that area. Anyways, seeing as the switch out is very obvious, I am actually going to go for the Leech Seed, and he ends up bringing the Azumarill, which I found to be a bit odd. And seeing that he doesn't have leftovers, I know it's more than likely going to be a Choice Bandit set. So what I'm going to do is actually go for the Protect, as he does reveal to have the superpower. Now, seeing as I do have 2 ghost types on this team, I am actually going to bring in my Chandelure, and nothing on his team really appreciates a modest Choice Specs Fire Blast. Now, this could have been very risky, seeing as some Azumarills actually tend to be expert belted, which means he could have easily gone for the Aqua Jet and possibly taken me out. Luckily, because he was forced to switch out, it reveals to me that he is a Choice Bandit set, so I can keep that in my mind for later on in this battle. As he brings in the Registeel, I missed my first Fire Blast. Luckily, I don't miss my second one, and if I had missed it, he would have been able to go for the Thunder Wave, and cripple my Chandelure. That isn't the case though, as he's going to bring in the Hitmontop, and I actually did not see the fact that he was not carrying Intimidate, so I knew I could take a Sucker Punch and finish him off with the Fire Blast. Unfortunately, he did turn out to be offensive, and thanks to the Leech Seed that I got off on the Azumarill earlier on in the game, I was able to just barely live the Sucker Punch and in return finish him off with the Fire Blast. But because he did get Rocks up, at this point my Chandelure is basically useless to me, because if I switch it back in, it is going to die off. So I have no choice but to leave it in for fodder on this Azumarill, as I'm going to bring in my Pharaoh Seed. Azumarill really can't do anything to Pharaoh Seed, so I know he is going to be forced to switch out. So I'm actually going to go for the Leech Seed, as he ends up bringing in the Ambipom. And the reason why this is sped up so fast is because it's just me basically stalling out this Ambipom, seeing as he really can't do anything to my Pharaoh Seed. Even with Protect after the Leech Seed and Toxic, there's really no reason to go for it, because all that recoil is really going to start racking up on him, as he does end up dying off. And this turn he's going to bring in the Azumarill. I was hoping that after the Lair Spikes that I did get up, the Iron Barbs would be able to finish him off, but it doesn't. But hey, it's not that big of a deal, because now I can freely bring in my Tornadus, go for the U-turn, and be able to take out the Azumarill. And at this point in the battle, his last is going to be the Yamega. Now, as I said earlier on in the battle, Yamega is the biggest threat on his team, and I actually decided to U-turn now into my Cofagrigus just to get off a bit more life orb recoil on the Yamega. As he ends up going for the Air Slash, he actually ends up critting me, which I'm not really too sure if it mattered or not, but at this point, at that amount of HP and being at +1 speed, I believe, I know my Bronzong can live any one hit and in return finish him off with the Gyro Ball. So that's going to be the victory in my favor. Hopefully you guys did enjoy, and if you did, feel free to come check me out. Make sure to leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe to NinBuzz to see more content from them as well as me. With that, enjoy the rest of your day, and I do believe I am out of here. Later.